those similar, ideologies, where you get to know that okay, दूसरा बंदा भी मेरे बोट में ही है. There's no need for me to feel too bad or too overwhelmed. So it's very important to have that kind of a community. Right? If you don't have one, build one.
I hope these 3 days have helped to find that partner if you don't have one.
Exactly.
I'm trying, still not able to find.
I just want to frame an interesting question to the audience here. Is there anyone here who had a drawdown of more than 50% in your life? Anybody here? 50%? 50%, yeah. Okay, is there anyone, when you blown the account, was it below 1 CR or above 1 CR? Who is that? Chalo. Let's give the mic to sir, let him explain us. That is okay, doesn't matter. Our question to you is, okay, how did you manage to be in this industry? After such a collapse, either you should get out of the industry or you should commit suicide. Now today you are a successful man. So how did that happen? That is my question. Is that a fair question? Because that moment comes to most of us someday, if not today. Right? Yes, sir.
Ashok probably suggesting me to commit suicide. I'll think about it. I'm just kidding, man. So, good question actually. See, that was long time ago, Ashok. It's almost 13, 14 years ago. When I was in the States, me and my wife, we were working then. We got married in 2006. We both were working, no income, double income, no kids. Some people not think, right? So income was good. We were in Atlanta, so not an expensive city. Things were fine. What I did was, I was talking to yesterday somebody about the same thing, whatever I'm going to tell right now. There is this car called Infinity, G35. Only people know Infinity. This, some people know Infinity, right? So that car is not here in India. Basically, it's a luxury car of some normal brand. Like Acura is for Honda and then Lexus is for Toyota, right? So my mind was fixated on G35. So I had an account around 200K, right? So what I did was, like my friend who suggested me to buy Apple options whenever there are earnings, I thought Apple is going to go up, so we bought a lot of cars. So the beauty is, a lot of people are extremely well informed here. You guys know what 0DT and all this stuff, right? On the expiry day, you will not believe this. There are only 3 hours to go. I'm going and buying 5 or 6 away calls, out of the money calls. So they were like around, I don't know, $2 or $3. And then I was just averaging them down all the way until $180,000.
When was it? During iPod or iPhone era?
iPod. Yeah. So I think Apple started in 2003 or 4. I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4. I think the first 3 or 4 generations, iPod was going through the roof, especially in China. So, so we were all betting on that, and then I was like a maniac betting on even 10 cents, 20 cents. Only 10, 15 minutes to go, and I was betting on it. I mean, I was so new. And then my wife was not around, obviously. I was just betting on the computer, and then it just clicks, right? It's very easy. Click, yeah, keep on buying, keep averaging out. 2008 is 28 years old. Yeah, so then what happened was, I'll come to the point. Then what happened was, account got blown, $180,000. Those days the conversion rate was 50 rupees, so it was close to 1 CR. I don't remember I had more savings that time. So we had to start from the scratch. I didn't have the guts to tell my wife that I just do it. How can I tell that? Because she went to the job, I was working from home, working in AT&T. So she had to come home, and then she was looking at me, I was looking like a zombie. I mean, everybody will look like a zombie, right? Because you just lost $180,000, thinking that you're going to get a $40,000 G35 Infinity. I could have bought with my 25% of the account size the same car, but rather I blew the account, and then I didn't know how to face her. So that was the moment I thought that whatever money you can make in this business can be, taken away from you if you just be arrogant with the market. So that was first point. The second point was, fortunately, I was in the US for another couple more years, so we were able to build up the corpus. But if you are in a situation where you will not be able to build up the corpus that fast, maybe 1 CR or 2 CR, it would have been very difficult on me. If I was in India, if we were in India, it would have been very difficult. But fortunately, in my case, luckily, we were there, so we were able to build the corpus a bit. But psychologically, I was really down. Then it took me so many months, in fact, I think 1.5 years to come back to break even. So that is where I think the battle cry was. The battle cry was not to make it back in a month. Again, I would have lost another $20,000, $30,000. But rather, it took me many months because I figured out that it's all about the slow process. It's all about the process. Nothing can be pushed into the market. We cannot push our will into the market. How many people know this? Do you want the market to move up just because you are long? How many people have wished this? Hey, I'm long, I want the market to move up. How many people have done this? Everyone, right? That internal thought will be there, but you will not talk to other people about it because that's so, unintellectual. So you will say that, hey, I don't know where the market is going, but internally you'll be thinking, oh man, I'm long. So let the market go up. At least 10 points, please give me the 10 points, I'll at least come out break even. So all the thought process went away after that rock bottom hit. I always tell this. How many people know this Alcoholic Anonymous, the AA? So what they do there is, if you're an alcoholic, they say that, come to the group, come to the forum, we will try to see whether we can take you out of the alcoholic addiction, right? So the first point they say, I've attended a couple of Alcoholic Anonymous forums, even though I quit alcohol by then. I went there because somebody told me go and attend because it might improve your trading mindset. So what I did was, I went there, the first point they said is, as long as you have not hit your rock bottom, you will not realize that you are an alcoholic. The first step in realizing you are an alcoholic is you should understand that you are an alcoholic. If you are in a denial mode, if you think that you are not an alcoholic, you will never come out of it. Right? If you think that you are such an honest person, how will you eradicate dishonesty from yourself? The same way, the rock bottom has to be hit, and then you have to understand that you are an alcoholic. The same way, you have to understand that you are just gambling in the markets, losing money. That is exactly when you will start having a plan, you will start to have a process, you will start to move.
Thank you. By the way, this was way back in 2018 when I just came out of my corporate world. 2017 I came out. That time I was talking to my partner, market calls Rajendran. Those days I was managing about 15-20 lakhs of capital. At that time I asked him, do you know any big trader? He said, I have a friend, his name is Madan. Okay, he's from Bangalore. He trades 50 lots intraday, 50 lots position, 100 lots those days. So I want to meet him. So I got a benchmark now, talk to him, I want to go meet him. By that time he has left. I think he moved from 15, yeah. He said no, he's no longer in Bangalore, he has moved out to Chennai. So that's, background about money. Is there anyone who lost 50%? Okay.
Yeah. So the same story like Madan, I made good money, so that made me to take I thought, if I can make 10 lakhs out of 1 lakh, so I can make the same money with big money. So I took some 70 lakhs during that time, where I never understand, position sizing of a small quantity or making it a very big quantity makes a lot of difference inside your mindset as a discretionary trader. So I lost that amount within 3 weeks actually. During those days, you need a supporting person when you make loss. Most of them don't understand actually. Many of them don't understand. When you make a loss, you need someone to patch you up or say like, okay, it's okay, you can come back, okay. For me, it was my dad. He was like, okay, it's fine, what you are going to do? He was asking like, what you are going to do next? So I said, give me 1 more year. So I see, whether I can come back out of it. He said forget this loss. Though it's a big loss, forget this loss, don't put in mind. So he just, gave me a lot of support during that time. Many traders doesn't have. If someone makes loss, they even, as Madan said, they are afraid to say to their partner also. So you need someone who need to support that you can do very well when you are, as he said, when you are in a rock bottom phase actually. So that will make you to go through your mistakes and come back very stronger. And what I lost in 3 weeks, it took me more than 4 years to make it back, but I made it back. So as I say, market is not easy as you all think. most people make good money somewhere. Most people do work night and day and come here and lose money very easily. Okay, so don't do that. First learn. If you can do very well with one lot, you can do the same with 100 lots. But what people do is all of a sudden they scale up the size. That's the wrong thing actually. So it's all about psychology. Even if you are a system trader, some part of the day, I mean, like I always ask my system trading friends, if you make loss, no one is going to laugh at that day. Okay, I am a system trader. Because at the end of the day, they see the MTM. As a human, the emotions will come actually. Though they know the system can perform very well after this loss, still they have that kind of mindset. I mean, like they feel for that loss actually. Because as a human, everyone feel for the loss. It's not about monetary. Anything, you are close to it, you feel for that loss. So it will take some time. Losing money takes very less time. To build the account, it takes more time. So you need to develop the patience and you need to develop the grit part. Most of the people give up easily. Don't give up. Just see where you made that mistake and see whether you can improve on it. So as I say, you need a supporting person for you to live in your dream.
I'd like to add on to this. What Jay said is absolutely correct. You do have to have someone you can talk to after market hours. Then that person should preferably be from the trading community itself, or if you can involve your spouse or your parents, it would be a lot of help if they can counsel you and they can lift you up. Because every trader needs to have his spirits lifted up. No one is immune to losses. As Jay said, at the end of the day, it's MTM. It is going to, it will pinch you. You will not care about it, but it does pinch. And if you have someone, as he said, who will support you, and you need to vent your feelings. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll keep bottling it up inside you, and one fine day, it all comes out and you blow up the other. So you need to release the steam once in a while. It's very important. As what he said is, if people can involve their spouses, that it would be the best. But as far as I know, most of the traders hide their profits and losses from the spouses because उनको डांट नहीं खानी.
And make sure that should not make a fight actually.
The next 50% loser. Then we should. Yeah. See, with respect to everyone saying that you should move to one lot and then scale it to 100 lots, everybody does that. Even if you see, there is a book called Market Wizards. Everybody would have read that Market Wizards book by Jack Swagger. In that, there is a guy called Tony Saliba. So this guy is an option trader, where he was interviewed by Jack Swagger long back in 1980s and it was 20-30 years before. So when a person asked, like, how did you make up this kind of money in spite of going through those kind of drawdowns, he said the same thing. Whatever the analysis that I do, it was perfectly fine and I could really make money out of it. But sometimes, more than me, the person who's following my analysis, they are making money, but I couldn't make it. So at one point of time, I realized that it is not a problem with the analysis. It is because I'm not able to stick to it because of the wrong position sizing that I do. So eventually, I realized that I should just follow the process over a long period of time, and then if I see whether it is I'm able to stick to the process or not. As long as I follow a process, the profit will follow eventually. So that is what he said exactly. So if you are a person who is struggling with your own process, you can, as Madan said, take up one lot, you write an Excel sheet, just write a date, next to the date, just like how you are marking your P&L, just see whether you are following your own rules or not. If you have followed your own rules, give 1 mark. If you have not followed your own rules, give -2 mark. Do this for 100 days or 200 days and see what is the overall marks that you are getting. So out of 100 days, if you are able to get 80 marks above, which means that you are disciplined enough for that particular process. Or else you are not at all disciplined enough to follow that process, which means -50 means you are not at all disciplined with your own trading system, which means that that particular system is contradicting to your own belief system. So find a system which is suitable for you through this exercise and eventually you will be able to figure it out.
This incident happened in 2018. I was a novice trader at work there. So what I used to do, whatever the capital I have, I used to buy the options, futures, whatever it might be for that month. We have monthly expiry. on that day, before day, we had ICICI Bank results. They posted 125% net profit, which has never happened in last 1 decade. So what I thought, let's see if we get the dip, we'll buy ICICI Bank futures. So it opened with 4% gap and it given a dip of 2%. What I thought, I have capital of 7 lakhs in my account. We have leverage of 20x in Zerodha also at that time. I placed the entire my capital. I bought around 55,000 quantity of futures. So my target was hardly 3 points only. ICICI Bank trading around 300 at that time. If I get 3 points, I'll make 1.5 lakhs. That's my target.